is for the potential for up to baseball-size hail with this storm. Brian, let's put a storm track on this whole thing. We have less than a minute, and this is moving into Collin County. So Salina, Prosper, Frisco, the Colony. Make sure, if you can, the car is in the garage. Make sure you stay away from windows because this hail can be blown around by 60-mile-per-hour winds. Frisco at 820. Weston 827, Van Alstyne at 835, McKinney 837, Westminster 849, Blue Ridge 858, Trenton 859, Farmersville 907. Now in a second here we're going to go back to programming, but we're going to continue on the website, okay, as well as the NBC DFW app. So if you go and get that app, you can follow us. We're going to continue this live coverage. Of course, we're going to keep coming back on TV, and if there's a tornado, we'll be back on as well. Stay with NBC5. We'll keep you ahead of the storm. We're back on the web. So we did a little TV. We've got Brian James. We've got Chief Meteorologist David Finfra. And Brian is actually talking to our chasers right now. Brian is kind of like commanding the ship. And David, you want to cover this? Look at this hail that we have going on.
We've been getting just a lot of reports of hail. This one from Argyle. And they had up to quarter to near golf ball size there. And in Crum, it was even larger. Here you can see some between golf ball and baseball size. We did have confirmation of baseball sized hail in Lantana. I've seen some pictures of that. And so much of the southern half of Denton County has just been pounded by hail. And the bad news is this storm is moving now from Denton County towards Collin County. So a severe thunderstorm warning has been posted there. If we show the radar right here, I'll talk you through the various watches and warnings that are currently in effect. And you can see there's still a tornado watch that runs until 11 p.m., including Tarrant and Dallas counties, and then northward up towards the Red River. In the yellow shaded counties, there's a severe thunderstorm watch, also until 11 p.m. There are currently several severe thunderstorm warnings in our viewing area. One extends from central Bosque County on into Hill County. So this would be the area from Meridian and Morgan eastward across the north end of Lake Whitney and over towards Blum and Copperell. And on the west side of this storm, we have had reports of a rotating wall cloud. Now at this point, no tornado warning has been posted, but that is still a very dangerous storm there in central Bosque County. Farther to the north, notice the western half of Denton County has seen the severe thunderstorm warning expire, though there is a new cell developing in the northwestern part of the county. It is not yet at severe levels, but that one east of Denton certainly is, and that's going to be moving eastward. This is the one that has produced all of the hail, and it is progressing into portions of Collin County, mainly the northwestern area out there towards Salina and down just to the west of Prosper. And in that area from Prosper down towards Frisco, you can expect some pretty good sized hail there. Hopefully not this bad, but this is what we were seeing in Lantana. And that, it does appear to be larger than baseball, between baseball and softball sized. We've had reports of windows being knocked out. That size hail is going to do all kinds of damage. I believe one of our reporters is going to be heading down that way to check on some of the damage over here during the next hour or so. But in Lantana, I can say you're in the clear now, but it's moving eastward from the Lake Louisville area towards Collin County. And for a closer look at that storm, let's get to Rick Mitchell.
All right, David, we appreciate that. I was just looking at my Twitter feed and my Facebook feed. I've got all kinds of hail pictures. This has been a bad scene for a lot of folks this evening in terms of the hail. And right now, that hail moving into Little Elm, Lake Louisville area, approaching the Colony. We're also watching this area over Lake Louisville for perhaps some potential redevelopment of a circulation. All right, it's not there yet, but it is something that we are going to be watching. Brian, if you would, let's kind of zoom back out. We'll put a storm track on this. Again, this is coming into Collin County. Folks in Collin County, eastern sides of Denton County, you're under the gun for big hail, big time hail. David showed you some of the hailstones, but from Gunner down through Frisco and then basically across Lake Louisville. The movement on this is to the east at around 35 miles per hour. So that's the Dr. Pepper Ballpark at 8:25. That's 6 minutes from now. Weston at 8:30, McKinney 8:37, Anna 8:43, Princeton at 8:55, Blue Ridge 9:01. Farmersville at 9:12. What can you do right now if you're in the path of this thunderstorm? First thing, make sure if you can, the car is inside. If you can't, the car doesn't have a garage, then don't worry about it. Not much you can do. Make sure that you are safe. You and your family. Make sure you get away from windows, especially any west windows, because that's where the wind is going to come from. And stay away from those windows as this hail comes on in, as the storm moves in the direction of Collin County. Yes, David.
Rick, I have seen people put.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's definitely bigger than a golf ball. That's close to baseball size for sure. I have seen, you say there's nothing you can do if your car's outside. I have seen people put like cardboard boxes and blankets and so forth.
Yeah. Mattresses.
And mattresses on the roof of a car trying to protect it. So,
people will get creative.
Yeah, you can try, but it's got to be attached or the wind will blow it off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That big piece of hail is in Flower Mound. Brian has some information. Go ahead, Brian.
Keeping an eye on the area just west of the colony, and as you look at this, you
Go ahead
see
and zoom in a little bit.
Another notch starting to show up. That's getting pretty close to the colony, just to the southwest side of Frisco. I'm going to zoom in on the area. This notch is starting to show some indications, some signs of more than just a little low-level rotation.
Let's go inside the storm, if you would. Let's look at what direction the raindrops are moving around and see if we see any spin. And at first glance, I'm saying no, not really, not at this point. You know,
little area this would be the area of interest right here. It looks a little weak and convoluted,
but it could be the start of something.
It could be the start of something.
So we'll watch it. Maybe there is a little bit of broad circulation, but I don't want to frighten you. It's not a tornado, but it is something that we're watching. Yes.
Rick, I just wanted to point out we're getting reports that warning sirens are going off in the Little Elm and Frisco areas at the present time.
Here's Frisco.
Doesn't mean a tornado.
That's right. That's right. You know, they're outdoor warning sirens, and the whole purpose of an outdoor warning siren is when you hear them, you go and seek out further information. So here we are for you on NBC5, giving you that information as it's happening. Again, using the S-band radar. And again, it looks like another big hail core pulsing up here right around Little Elm. This is going to be coming into Frisco. So again, stay away from the windows. Try to get to the center of your house and just kind of seek shelter. Let the storm ride the storm out there. Let it blow on through. But it's likely going to produce some large hail. And again, this is an area just to the west of Frisco, still in Denton County, about ready to cross over into Collin County. This particular image that you're looking at, you don't see it a whole lot, but it is showing where the largest hail is. It's a product that is produced by the radar, and we can kind of get an estimation at the size of the radar. And the radar does an okay job at estimating size. Sometimes it's a little overdone, but I think in this case, Brian and David, these look all fairly reasonable, given that we've had numerous reports of upwards of baseball-size hail, golf ball to baseball-size hail, and that's what's happening. Lakewood Village, Lake Louisville, down through Louisville, over through Lake Dallas, and this is now moving into the colony. Go ahead, Brian.
Keep in mind, this product is a little bit old.
It's a
little
few minutes
delayed.
old.
So as I put on the S-band radar and you see where the storm has moved to, that hail core has moved
progressed
to Lakewood Village, up towards Little Elm. I'll turn the lightning off here so you can see a little bit better. But basically, this is what you're looking at. This is going to be the core of that storm right there between Little Elm and Lakewood Village, just west of Frisco. This is going to be the area that could potentially have that hail up to baseball size, maybe even a little larger.
Let's zoom out and put it. Let's just storm track this again as it moves into Collin County. Go ahead.
Golf balls at Little Elm at the Emergency Operations Center.
Golf ball size hail, Little Elm. Okay.
And also trying to get some additional information about a possible brief tornado, but don't have a location on that yet.
Okay. All right. So bottom line, dangerous storm, lots of hail, big hail. We're about a minute away from a cut-in that we're going to do on TV as well. So you folks that are watching us online, just hang with us, okay? I might actually be quiet for a second, and then we'll join the TV crowd. We're 1 minute away from doing